Previously on Trouble in Mind. Wade. Where's Wade? Is he okay?
Stevie, what's going on with you?
Previously on Trouble in Mind.
Hello?
Hey, Donna. How is it today?
Better, actually.
Just don't push yourself too hard. If you need help or anything, I want you to give this number a call.
Whatever you need, I'll be here for you.
Anyway, she wants to help. Her name is Cole Trish. That's C-U. No.
That's Moss. So we made it back from trouble.
No, come on, no! All right, I get it. You want me to go into the hole too. Is that it? C-O-L. Hello!
Take my hands.
Somebody else was there that night.
Moss didn't send Wade those tapes.
Who was filming you, Moss? Who did you let in? Trish, yeah, you know what? Never mind. It's a strange name.
Departed Chicago last night. Beyond the overland route now. Not the usual water level route we're taking. Chicago to New York. Lake Erie and such. This one winds and weaves through forests and mountains and the hollers of Appalachia. It is unusual, I thought, how few men have gotten off the train. One I spoke to regularly, a sailor called Hodges, had been bound for Chicago since the start. He told me stories of growing up on the south side, which he called manky and boisterous. When I asked why he'd missed his stop, he claimed he had no business being in Chicago. He never had. I have seen the life he has there, the gray faces of his wife and children. The feeling of unease hanging over the train has not lessened. Once polite chatter about the war has evaporated in the intoxicating bluster of familiarity, a moist heat from being cooped up together for far too long. No one holds back. No one needs to pretend anymore that they're anyone but themselves. They see ghosts. All of them. They've told me near the back of the train, when everyone else has retired for the night, sometimes there will be a man smoking a quiet cigarette. There will be something familiar about him, like someone you think you used to know but who got lost in the shuffle. You'll find his presence a comfort, but a sad one. After a time, you'll both say goodnight. When you turn back, he'll have vanished, never there. But other men have told me differently. No, they said, you'll turn back, and if you look carefully, you'll look down to see he might not have any legs, bobbing there in the dark of the black sky. But these are just stories. They do try to get a rise out of me. Indiana and Kentucky ahead, West Virginia to follow.
How'd it go?
Got a lead. Turns out, the gas station owner did know about a creepy church in the woods. That was all I had to say. He gave me directions right to it.
Let me have a look.
And another thing. I showed him that postcard you got, Wade. He remembers Moss passing through here. What are the chances?
Pretty high, I'd say. It doesn't get more one gas station town than this. Hell, with what he's gouging us for, he probably owns the whole place.
King of the lonely, lonely hill.
So, after 4 days on the road, trouble, finally. Is it everything you thought it'd be?
Low bar to clear, and yet...
Stevie, did that guy say what Moss was looking for specifically?
Kind of. Moss asked him about the church, too. And Moss was also asking around about a woman.
Wait, who? Dottie? Moss thought he'd find a 63-year-old Dottie bumping around town?
It was always a possibility. Gas station guy's like 1,000,000 years old. Does he remember Dottie?
I didn't think to ask. What I'm wondering is, why did Moss think Dottie would come all the way out here?
The Autumn Flyer made a stop here in 1945, or at least it should have.
That would mean somewhere around here, after Kentucky, Dottie managed to get off the train.
Maybe there's some reference to this town in your tapes, or her journal?
She never wrote Trouble by name, I can tell you that. Whatever happened here happened after she stopped writing regular, non-crazy person thoughts. Something broke her brain.
What is it about this place? What are we missing?
He did say strange things happen in this town.
It's home to the oldest, deepest coal mine in Appalachia. Locals got a saying. They stole coal right from under the devil's nose. Now they're being punished for it.
Colorful bunch.
Do we need to go back to the motel, or can we head straight to the church?
I'm good to go.
You know where we're going, Wade?
Yeah, I'll navigate.
Are we the least bit concerned about what we might find out there?
I don't think we're heading into a trap. Moss made it out of this town alive.
True, but something followed him back. Fog's rolling in quick.
Yesterday was nice, at least.
It was a good day.
Yeah, except I'm out $500 for a new alternator.
But old Joni's got a brand new lease on life. New Joni.
It's old Joni with a bionic spleen.
I met the stranger from San Francisco today, the Japanese American. He was alone in one of the lounge cars, and he tried to shrink behind his day-old newspaper when I made the decision to approach him. When I spoke and I finally saw his eyes, I saw the flicker of fight in them. Purely defensive. I suppose I wouldn't trust me either. I introduced myself, and he said he'd seen me talking to the others. I told him it was my job, but he said no. He knew they were talking to me about him. He wasn't wrong. They were saying nothing out of the ordinary, I had thought. Hateful things, of course. But I never stopped them when they did. The man's name is Ozawa MITSUO. Hopefully I said it right. To the U.S. Army Air Force, he's Sergeant Mitch Ozawa. He shouldn't be on this train. Oh, not like that. See, he flew missions over Europe, dropped bombs on Hitler's bunker. When he came back to the United States, all he came back to was somebody else living in his family's house. I told him it was the same in Vancouver, and it was wrong. I think he knew I wasn't just saying it for the sake of saying it. A neighbor let him know his folks had moved east to New York. No other whereabouts. Home had been taken from him. Mitsuo had to get on a train in San Francisco and head back the way he came. All he had was the uniform he was wearing. I mean that in more ways than one. I thanked him for telling me and wished him luck. I said if his family read my newspaper, I could write an article about him. He seemed grateful. Surprised, but grateful.
We are goddamn 45 minutes out of town. Who is this church even for?
Lumberjacks and coal miners would be my guess.
Does this church have a name?
Yeah, Suffocation Hills Baptist Church.
Oh, lovely.
Fun fact, or maybe not so fun, Trouble was the site of a pretty gnarly massacre during the American Civil War.
What are you looking at?
Gas station pamphlet. Says here Confederates took over the town, forced most of them to work the coal mine. When the Union Army came up the road, they ran off like cowards. But not before setting a fire, with people still down there.
Yeesh.
Support struts burned away, shafts caved in. They just never dug them up. They're trapped there forever.
That's terrible.
Might explain the bad juju surrounding this place. I thought the woods on Moss's property were bad. This is something else.
I thought West Virginia was supposed to be pretty this time of year. All these trees, and it's like the color just bled out.
Go left up here, Hanson. Go slow.
We go any slower, we come to a dead stop.
I've never driven through fog this thick.
Oh wait,
Jesus, Hanson.
there it is. fabled church.
Just came up out of nowhere.
It's bigger than it looked in Moss's video.
And somehow even creepier in person.
I'll park right here, I guess.
Well, shall we?
This is looking more and more like a call ahead for availability sort of situation.
Thought he was writing some really freaky things towards the end.
There's no chickening out now. What are we gonna do? Turn around and go back to Vancouver? We're here. Let's deal.
Hello? Anybody home?
I saw a carport around back. There's a 68 Charger. Not a lot of dust on her.
Neat ride.
Somebody lives here.
Look over there. The window's open.
Stevie, I gotta tell you, most people don't see an open window and immediately think, let's sneak in.
Somebody's probably inside, is all I was saying.
Oh, sorry.
Can I help
Christ.
you?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Hi.
I was just tending the yard. The weeds are particularly bothersome. It upsets them.
Oh, them being the dead.
Yes, who else?
Churchgoers, maybe?
The HOA.
Come inside. A warm beverage and a place of respite is the least I can give you. You've come a long way.
How did you know?
Your plates say British Columbia. Help yourselves to some coffee and come sit by the stove.
Thanks. It smells really good.
I brew a fresh batch every morning and afternoon, with the fond expectation of visitors dropping by. It's usually a waste of good beans. People are few and far between. Fewer still as the years go by and these woods grow lonelier, more quiet. I'm glad you're here. I'm Reverend Harold.
Good to meet you, Reverend. I'm Stevie. That's Wade and Hanson. Thanks for talking to us.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. Now then, what brings you to our little town?
I guess we're here to meet you.
Meet me?
We were looking for somebody. We didn't catch him in time, but he came this way. I believe he was here.
No, we know he was here. He recorded a video of his trip. We wanted to know why he visited Trouble, why he specifically came to this church way out here in the woods.
It was a man?
Yeah, older than us. He had a mustache, I think. His name was Moss.
Was? I do recall. It wasn't recently. Months ago. Maybe a year?
That's right.
Yes, he was here. We did speak. You'd like to know what about?
Well, we have an idea, but
I'd warned him that the answers he was looking for would only further confound him. The ending in the story is not a comforting one. It perplexes me. But more than that, it saddens me. Your man wanted to know why the reporter Dorothy Colleran came back to Trouble. Are we on the same page?
yes, exactly. But you say she came back. When was she here before?
I was a younger man, working in town. It was 1945. A train was supposed to arrive, but it never did. Only Dorothy appeared in town. We always took notice of strangers, but there was no car or truck or bus that came that night. Naturally, she became the subject of many a town meeting. There were whispers of devil's play and witchcraft. The town nearly tore itself apart. Strange things have always happened in Trouble. I took it upon myself to speak on her behalf. Her presence did not frighten me, but what did was that none of this bothered her. There was a disquiet in her soul. You could sense it. You could see it in her eyes.
She did have sad eyes. Like she was half here, half nowhere. Left behind, somewhere worth forgetting.
Yes, that's how I remember her. I paid for her to get home to Vancouver, if just to bring peace back to our little town. But she and I kept in touch over the years, over the phone or through correspondence. She'd kept it a secret that she spent time in a mental institution, and I did not find out until she showed up here one day in 1963, I believe. Or was it 64? Regardless, she knocked on my door, as you did, and she sat where you're sitting right now. She said she needed my help.
Help with what, exactly?
She was a troubled woman, for lack of a better word. She asked me to help perform a ritual, to help her destroy a demon that had attached itself to her, tormenting her for years. But I refused.
I'm sorry, but wasn't it your job? You know, as Reverend?
Please, please. I even take issue with exorcisms. I've yet to come across a legitimate one. My job was to help her, but not in that way. I did not want to feed into her delusions. I told her I was going to get her the kind of help she required. Psychiatric help. She grudgingly accepted and returned to town. When I called on her the next morning, she wasn't in her hotel room.
She took off again?
Don't tell me Trouble's just another breadcrumb.
She did not leave, sadly. If only she had. Trouble just has a way of keeping you, I suppose. Our meeting would be the last time I saw her alive.
You mean she...
She laid down in front of an oncoming train sometime that night.
Oh no.
God, sorry, Stevie.
I don't know how to say this gently, Reverend, but how do we know you're not full of shit?
Yes, it's true, she did go unidentified. I myself did not find out it was her until... Excuse me. We have space here for unmarked graves. She was taken to me in a pine box. The funeral parlor in town had done what it could to make her dignified, but still, she was in 3 pieces. Truly an awful sight.
Hanson, where is he going?
I have something to show you.
That's a human skull.
Yes, it's Dorothy's.
The train is somewhere in Kentucky. I don't know. The sun went down and never came back up. Nobody has the time. If I sleep, I don't know which day I'll awake. Memories like dreams. It's undeniable now. There's a rot, deep and spreading. There's a smell of decay that's everywhere. It makes my eyes water and I can't stand to eat. You couldn't see it before, but now you can. In the medical cars with the men laid up there, well, weighed down by 10 tons of gauze and bandages like some awkward winter cocoon, there's always the promise of renewal, returning warmth. There's nothing like that now. Stitches burst, maggots emerge, and stumps bleed again, as if healing has reversed course or forsaken these men entirely. While visiting the nurse Fairchild, there was a commotion I heard. Upon unwrapping the head bandages of a soldier, the victim of shrapnel from a knee mortar I'd spoken to once, a great deal of the man's face stuck. It came off with the bandages, and in a panic, the nurse attending him, startled at the sight. She threw her hands up. She couldn't help it. It fell to the floor, and I can still hear the sound it made. Dr. Caldwell was busy elsewhere. Another patient had lost his sight somehow, and examination revealed his eyes had turned a flowery green and yellow hue. Penicillin had not helped him, so Caldwell, with Fairchild assisting, set about plucking them out. For his own good, of course, before the infection became worse. I quickly left before they began. I remember seeing her hand resting on the small of the doctor's back. I'm not sure why, in that moment, my gaze was drawn to that small touch. I'm back in my compartment now. There's nothing outside. Just an engulfing darkness. Like a film about spacemen voyaging into the beyond. You see only a reflection staring back. But sometimes the woman in the window does not see me. She doesn't look up. She looks just like me. She's wrapped up in something, busy in her work. She's thinking about yesterday. She looks contented, oblivious, and distracted. She's at peace.
What the fuck?
Hey, man, what are you doing with a woman's skull?
Relax. There's no danger here. Sit, please. I watch over her. I keep her remains safe inside the church. She used to be buried with the others. But trouble has its share of bored teenagers thinking this church is abandoned, and they break into the graveyard to do God knows what. I couldn't bear to have anything happen to Dorothy.
Well, we're definitely not here for that. We have more of a connection to her. Dottie Colleran was my aunt.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to shock you. I only hope I've brought you some sort of closure.
When somebody leaves under the circumstances she did, I guess you expect the worst for a reason.
And the train Dorothy Colleran was on, the Autumn Flyer, did she ever say what happened to it?
She did not. I wish I knew, if just to put the entire story to rest. Where we are, we've always been at the mercy of the rail company's whims. The mining company as well, for that matter. I suspect one day someone will find the Autumn Flyer, engine and all, rusting in a scrapyard, a victim of poor record keeping and faulty memory. Lots of people are looking for things that just aren't there.
For a man of the book, you sure aren't much of a storyteller.
Our minds are wondrous, and our minds are foolish, and dangerous. Your friend Moss, I told him everything I just told you. If you're following his trail, what exactly happened to him?
He went home and he shot himself.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish I could have softened the blow. He was more than disappointed when he left. I could tell it had consumed him for a while.
You can say that again.
Well, what of his friend?
Who, Wade?
Yeah, I was his friend.
No, not you. A woman. He showed up here with a woman. She was just as invested in Dorothy's story as he was. Maybe more so even. If I recall, she was the one who knew that Dorothy was even here.
I don't recall him ever saying anything about a travel companion, much less a partner.
Despite what I told him, it was as if she didn't believe me. She looked rather amused with everything.
Wait, we saw Moss kill himself. Or try to, anyway. It was on video. Somebody filmed him. It was like he was running from someone, and he didn't have a choice.
Before he pulled the trigger, he said to them, "This is not your house!" Whatever that means. Maybe that was the same woman you met.
This changes things.
Reverend Harold got us out of there pretty quickly. I couldn't help but notice.
But he'll call us later.
That's what he said. He has a room number at the motel.
And is that where we're going?
It is, unless there are parts of trouble that you're dying to see.
Motel is good. What time is it? 3 hours ahead here. I gotta try Donna again.
Still haven't gotten a hold of her?
We've been on the road. I hope she's been getting my messages. I hope she's doing okay.
I gotta ask, what's the, with Donna?
What's the deal with Donna? It's lymphoma. The really bad kind. She was diagnosed a little while ago. Treatments didn't help.
Shit. I'm sorry.
I've known her since 4th grade. Sometimes it's a lot. Every day I don't get to talk to her. I don't know. I feel like I'm letting her down.
Don't. I can tell you're trying.
Wish it felt that way. But this whole thing with my aunt, it started off as something to take my mind off things. Now look, it's all I think about.
Right.
Your family will probably want to know what we found out, at least. So, is this it? Can we close the book on Dottie Colleran?
I'm not sure. She had her issues, but despite what Reverend Harold had to say, it doesn't explain what we heard on her tapes from the train. Those noises. That wasn't in her head. And how much do we trust a creepy old pastor we just met? Who the hell carries somebody's skull around like that? Like some kind of haunted house attendant.
You're thinking it doesn't belong to Dottie.
Well, the thing about skulls is...
Yeah, could be anyone. Could be Yorick.
The Reverend knows his lines, I'll give him that. But he slipped. Something spooked him just now. Not to be cliche, but it was like he'd seen a ghost.
Stevie, when you told him about the, weirdness over at Moss's place, you know, that you'd been seeing things, and the hand in the video, same look on his face.
I got that.
It's bothering me. Who was this woman who was with Moss? And was she the same one that was at his house?
From everything we know about Moss, he's not the most sociable, most well-adjusted guy. She doesn't fit. Not at all.
At some point, he found her out. Really saw her. Maybe that's why he was fixing to burn down the place. Full purge.
That's quite a response, whatever he saw.
Imagine spending all that time getting to know someone. Maybe you even get close. Then one day you look at them or they look at you and you have no idea, no earthly clue who it is you're looking at. And everything's in question. It'd probably shake you too.
Well, maybe someone else in town remembers seeing her and Moss together.
Doesn't hurt to ask, but I hate to say we're quickly running out of leads. Might be the end of the road coming up fast.
I heard noises today, coming from the unused telegraphy room. I don't believe anybody's set foot inside of it since the conductor, Mr. Wallace, was removed by stretcher. It remained locked, but I was able to jimmy it open. The noises were coming from the train phone. Without thinking, I quickly answered. At first, there was only an echo. I heard my voice, like calling into the bottom of a deep well, and then something answered. Not just one voice, many voices. We're not alone. I lugged my recorder into the telegraphy room to capture some of what I heard on tape. Yes, I still hear them. They're still there. Have a listen.
I saw you. You inhaled that stuff.
Not eating 2 steaks in one sitting. You ordered the one.
The largest one on the menu. By weight, it's the same.
It's the principle.
No messages on the answering machine, from Donna or Reverend Harold. Should I call her again? I left her a message a couple hours ago.
And that's 2 hours you spent waiting by the phone. We had to drag you to dinner. Maybe try her again in the morning.
What time are we leaving?
Checkout's at 10, if we're actually leaving.
Hanson, if you called me before 7 in the morning for no good reason, we would have issues. There's almost no coming back from that.
Come on, don't leave another message.
I'm not calling Donna.
Hello?
Hi, is Coltricia there?
Stevie?
Donna? What are you... Did I call the wrong number?
No, Coltricia is here.
Donna, I've been trying to get a hold of you all week. Have you been getting my messages?
I have. Thank you for those.
Why didn't you call me back?
You didn't give me a number to call, or you already left.
Oh, right. Hey, I miss you.
I miss you too.
What are you doing at Coltricia's house?
You told me to get in touch with her?
Yeah, in the case of an emergency. Is everything okay?
I'm fine now. Coltricia's amazing. We've been really hitting it off, and I've been spending a lot of time over here.
I'm glad.
You know, we've been doing spells and rituals, and we do one for protection for you every night.
That's great.
Cultrisha told me there's something going on with the tapes you found. I told you they were cursed, and now you're worried something's trying to kill you? This is way better than stupid Dallas, Stevie. Why didn't you tell me any of this?
I don't know. I didn't want to stress you out.
Stress me out? I wish I was there with you.
It wasn't that fun. I'll be home soon, Donna. It's really good to hear your voice.
That's Stevie? Wait a sec. Yeah, it is. Could I talk to her? Stevie, Cultrisha wants to talk to you. Stephanie! Hello!
Hey, Cultrisha. Thank you for what you're doing for Donna. It means a lot.
Think nothing of it. She's a joy to have around.
Hey, Stevie, we're racking up long-distance charges.
Shit. I have to make this quick, Cultrisha. We're here in Trouble, West Virginia. Dottie was here. Twice, actually. She didn't make it out alive. We met someone who showed us what's left of her. You were right. About everything, maybe. You know, I thought I heard my aunt when I was in danger. There was this amazing warmth, and I think she pulled me to safety. Cultrisha?
That does sound like my Dorothy. You saw her remains with your own eyes?
Her skull, at least.
Trouble is an otherworldly town. That whole region is. There's so much power there.
Doesn't look like much from where I'm standing.
There's a reason Dorothy ended up there. I think she's right where she's supposed to be. Things are lining up just as I'd hoped. No, better. Just as she said they would. I've been waiting so patiently. I just needed a sign.
Right. Could you put Donna back on?
How would you like to speak to your aunt, Stephanie? I bet she'd love to see the woman you became. How would you like to hold her, physically?
What are you talking about, Cultrisha?
It wouldn't be for long. Donna's body is very frail, but I know Dorothy would cherish all of it. Free from that dark and lonely void, just for a little while. To feel sunlight on her face once more. A loving touch. That's all she wanted, you know. I want you to know I was very good to Donna, Stephanie. She's a very precious girl. We had the best time together.
Give the phone to Donna right now.
Donna, my sweet...
Donna?
I'm sorry, but your friend had to...
Oh, Cultrisha!
Are you ready for your tea?
Fuck!
What's wrong?
I think something's going on with Cultrisha. She sounded unhinged.
How could you tell?
I'm calling the cops. Hello, operator? I need you to connect me with the Vancouver Police Department.
What's going on?
In Canada.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks. Oh, they're not picking up. God damn it, they're not picking up.
Keep trying.
I'm not even getting a dial tone now.
We have to try a payphone. Front desk is already closed.
There's no time. We need to go.
It's a long drive.
No, get me to an airport.
CRW's closest. I'll drive.
Thanks, Wade. I have everything I need. Hanson, are you coming?
Yeah, the phone's still dead. I can't explain it.
Let's go.
Stevie, it's Harold. I'm sorry, but I wasn't being truthful earlier today. Skull does not belong to Dorothy. She'd come to me after her stay at Riverbend
run out of matches to light my cigarette. That's why I ventured to the back of the train tonight. I figured there would always be someone like me, a troubled sleeper who I could borrow a light from. There always is. Past the other sleeping compartments and through the length of the lounge cars, something caught my eye. There was someone there, outside the door. But the longer I stared, the more it didn't make sense. I was certain it was a man, even though I couldn't see his face at all in the dark. I moved up the aisle, row by row. It was like I was overcome by tunnel vision. I could see movement, but he moved unlike anyone I'd seen before, unnaturally, bobbing, swaying. I recalled the stories the other men had told me in confidence. I thought it was only a matter of time before I saw what they had seen. It was only a matter of time before I met him. For you see, talk about the devil had run rampant throughout the train. Something to explain the strangeness the men all felt. The accident that befell Mr. Wallace. It was unholy. Someone was not who they seemed here. Some felt they brought something back with them from across the Great Pacific. Whatever they had done was so terrible it had unleashed this vengeful creature. Maybe they did. Some suggested MITSUO, the foreigner. This all started after leaving San Francisco, didn't it? Well, I sure said something then. I told them he was just a man. Lieutenant Callahan gave me a look, a contemptuous look. I won't forget it. I suspect he was jealous from the moment he laid eyes on him. Callahan flew a cargo plane. MITSUO was a decorated airman, wounded by flak at least once. I did find MITSUO there, at the back of the train. I recognized him somehow, and a feeling overtook me. It wasn't fear, it was sadness, which turned to anger, for I saw when the train moved, he moved too, bobbing, swaying. He was untethered from the ground because he was lashed to the ceiling. I didn't have the strength to free him from the dogged grasp of that length of knotted rope.
We're still about an hour and a half from Charleston.
I'll get you a flight to Vancouver, Stevie. Then me and Wade will head back to the motel. We'll bring whatever you left behind when we drive back to Canada.
Thanks, you guys. I'll keep trying to reach the VPD once I'm at the airport.
It'll be okay.
I'm not so sure.
Hang on, something's going on up ahead. Emergency lights.
They're in the opposite lane.
That car's on fire.
Doesn't look like it crashed. It just pulled over?
The seats are burning up. Nothing from under the hood.
Paramedics are covering somebody up.
Don't look now, but that was a 68 Charger.
Gotta be a coincidence, right?
This is taking too long. Step on it, Wade. Please.
I know we gotta go, but this is really bad fog. Looks almost like smoke, like wildfires in the interior back home.
Easy. We are on the side of a mountain.
Ugh.
We'll get there. What exactly did Coltricia say on the phone?
I told her we found out Dottie's dead, and that she's buried here in trouble, or something like that. Coltricia said it was a sign.
A A sign of what?
She lost me there, but I think she's planning on doing something. And Donna's in danger.
Are we sure it wasn't Coltricia just being Coltricia?
No, this was the most unambiguous she's ever been. She scared me. I think she's going to try something, like a blood ritual? A sacrifice? I don't fucking know.
Not your standard by-the-book witchcraft. That's as metal as it gets. The really scary kind that news media doesn't know about. Did she ever, actually say she was a witch?
Does that matter? I didn't check her credentials, if that's what you mean. She might not be. We're talking about a lady who moonbathes in lieu of regular showers. I'm pretty sure all the other witches— Wade, look out! Wade. Are you hurt? Can you move? You're in the back seat. I'm here. Hey, open your eyes, Wade. Stay with me. It's gonna be all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. We're okay. I'm stuck under you. Wade, can you please move? I can't breathe. I can't. You have to help me. I know it's hard. I'm gonna help you roll over, okay? I'm just gonna hold on to you.
Stevie.
Hanson! Where are you? I can't see you.
Can you move?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't move.
I'm right here. I've got you. I'll pull you out. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
God. Hanson. Wade's.
I know.
He swerved. It was a deer. He swerved off the road.
I know.
Half of him was on me. He got ripped in two.
I fucking know, Stevie.
I'm sorry, Hanson. I'm sorry.
What the fuck are we doing here? Why are we here, Stevie?
Don't yell at me. Please don't yell at me.
Can you stand? Here. Lean on me.
Ow! Ow! Fuck! Put me down! Put me down! I think my leg's broken. Hanson, your head is bleeding. It looks bad.
It's getting in my eyes. I'm dizzy. I can't see straight. But we need to get back to the highway.
I can try.
I don't think you can, Stevie. We went right over the edge. I have to find a way up the hill. I can't carry you.
Please, don't leave me here.
Listen, if I can't flag down a car, I'll try to run back to where we saw the other accident. Maybe there's still someone around.
Hanson.
I gotta be quick. Just stay put. Look after Wade. I'll be back with help.
No. Hanson! Come back! Fuck. How did I fall into a cave? No. What does that sign say? Skeleton Tree Mine, Shaft 28. Abandoned. Hazardous. Keep out. Now you tell me. Is that a light? Help! There's been an accident! Hey, come back! Wait! It's not that abandoned, I guess. Hello? Is anyone down there?
Stevie, hey.
Donna? What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you.
We were on our way. I wanted to tell you about everything.
Tell me now. Come on, I'll walk with you. Just for a little while.
But it's too late.
No, it's not. Not really.
You're not supposed to be here.
It was only a matter of time. Now, come on. I love it when you talk to me. I always have.
I called you and you didn't pick up.
Don't stop now. You've got miles left in you. You cannot stop moving. You need to get out of here.
It hurts too much. You're gonna be gone, Donna.
People leave all the time, sometimes without even saying goodbye. At least there's this.
It's not much.
It means the world to me. A world that kept getting smaller and more narrow every day. I was just staring into nothing, rotting from the inside. Not really all that different from being in this creepy, shitty tunnel, but you're here, hanging out with me. Thanks.
Donna.
I'd stay right here forever if I could, but you can't. I can't keep you here. Don't turn around or you'll be stuck here. Let's go. Everybody's waiting.
Who's everybody?
There she is.
Wade, you shouldn't be here either. I'm so sorry.
You tagged along with me. Hey, I'm glad you're okay.
I'm feeling pretty banged up. You want to help me out of here?
For a little while.
That's not enough.
It's all right now. We had fun, didn't we?
Yeah, Wade.
You gotta go, babe.
I know.
Stephanie.
You're my Aunt Dottie. I've been looking for you.
You followed in my footsteps, quite literally.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
It means the world to me, to be remembered, to live on. But you shouldn't have come.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Keep going. There's a way out of here. You'll find it. You're like me. You're intrepid.
Not the word I'd use. Whatever it is, it seems to run in the family. Are you stuck down here?
I'm not here. I'm on a train. Somewhere. Sometime.
Are you okay? Are you suffering?
We're all suffering. But it's not what you think.
I'll find you.
Don't. It'll mean she won.
She? Who are you talking about?
Stevie, you need to keep moving.
I am.
No, you're falling asleep. Wake up!
Where... Is anyone there? Hello? My. You've been through it, haven't you? Relax. You're in the hospital. There was a nasty accident. How did I get here? That's not really important. What matters is that I have you all to myself. I'll be looking after you for the foreseeable future. You don't look like a doctor. My name is Fairchild, but I think you knew that already. I've never seen you before in my life. No, we've known each other for a long, long time, Stevie. Fairchild, you're in my aunt's journal. As a footnote, I'm so much more important than that. Did she ever find out it was you behind everything? Of course. That was half the fun. She stopped saying my name after she got off the train. Too afraid I'd rear my pretty little head if she did. I became a naughty word. She drove herself batty thinking of me all day. You heard her in the mental hospital. The doctors couldn't put poor Dottie back together again. What did Dottie ever do to you? Nothing. Why? She didn't deserve any of this. You have me all wrong, little girl. I'm not in the business of meting out justice. Why does everyone think that? Blood contracts this, deals with the devil that. Oh, wait. That's embarrassing. It's coming back to me now. I did make a proposition. It was her or them. Dottie could walk off the train if she truly believed everyone else deserved to remain in my keeping. You know, suffering for the rest of time. She could leave, but I would pay her a visit at the time of my choosing. She knew this. The autumn flyer pulled into the run-down little station in Podunk Trouble, West Virginia. She got off. She let me have that train, Stevie. That wasn't fair. You know what she saw. What they did. Oh, yes. Mitzi. Mitski? MITSUO. Poor MITSUO. That really sent her over the edge. Did you know he flew over Dresden, too? You did something to the passengers on the autumn flyer. You poisoned their minds. You made them turn against each other. No, that was all there already. All that hate. That war was something else. But that weird stuff? Yeah, that was me. Why? Why do any of it? Does there have to be a reason? Of course. But why? There just has to. It's how the world works. Okay. I'm not from here, but sure. I get hungry too. I feed a little bit on fear, but that doesn't really do it for me. You should see real fear demons. They walk among you, and I would consider myself a big, big fan of their work. No, those men on the train were scared, but they somehow always knew, coming back from that kind of war, they had lost themselves. After what they'd done to other human beings? Dottie didn't even hear the really hair-curling shit. 2 words. Gold teeth. No, they didn't belong in a place like heaven. They weren't welcome. Knowing this, it made them hollow, broken things that I could just... They nourished me. An entire train filled with troubled men
with time alone to think their troubled little thoughts. It doesn't get much better than that.
You're disgusting.
Ooh, that'll show me.
When did you decide that Dottie's time was up?
I didn't. She came right back to me here in trouble. She had a reverend light some candles and butcher the Latin language to try to summon me. I just showed up to see what was going on. She said she was ready to go with me. That was fine by me. That choice she made all those years ago, that's what really drove her crazy. It was the guilt. She stood on the platform. The autumn flyer came out of the fog and she got back on willingly.
You made her choose. What was the point of that if she was never going to be free of you?
She was free of me. And far away. I can't help that she was obsessed with me. Between me and you, I think it was love. Dottie had her whole life ahead of her. She spent it worrying, regretting, anything but living.
Did you tell her that? Why not just send her on her way?
Because I'm a demon, Stevie. Or the closest thing to one that your bitty human brain can comprehend. Is this thing on? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't think you're getting this at all. I'm not here to teach anyone a life lesson. Get the fuck out of here. Sometimes things just happen. And I'm all about that.
But you were there with us this whole time, manipulating things. I know you can do that.
Yeah, well, you gotta shake up the dollhouse every once in a while. Or else you have 3-hour conversations about trains on the way to Seattle. Or you get stuck in Moss's cabin for 2 days. Like, move on already.
You killed Moss. You killed Donna.
No, Moss killed himself. I admit I toyed with him. He was sweet. An oddball, but sweet. But he was, by his nature, a suspicious head case, and I slipped up. Broke the illusion. Whoops. He couldn't take that. No, I think maybe that was love. And hey, I didn't lay a finger on Donna. You take that back.
If I'd never met Coltricia.
Oh, Coltricia. A complete wild card, but super entertaining. Pandora/Coltricia. Who saw that one coming? Oh, I did. Why would you ever trust someone who has 2 names, both of which are stupid? One being an irresponsible idiot, and the second, I don't even know. That's not a real name. But Wade? That one was on you. Literally. Ha! Stevie, can we talk about you for just a second? Look at you. You are a mess. And I'm not just talking about the blood and the other human-y bits all over you. Oh, it's in your hair. You are beyond chaotic. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but my goodness. You had every chance to pack it in and let the mystery be. You chose to keep going. You got it deep inside your head that somehow you had to save your Aunt Dottie. No plan at all. You just dropped everything in your life to pursue this. Now I know why. You were sad about Donna. It didn't feel like it, but you were running away, putting as much distance as you could between yourself and her because the going got too tough.
Fuck you! You think this was any easier?
Kinda. Sorta. Let's see. To you, delivering your aunt from eternal damnation, a woman who you'd never met, by the way, never even heard speak before finding her tapes, seemed more doable, more manageable than watching your best friend slip away. One's a tall fucking order, and the other's a make-believe fantasy. Stevie, you let me consume you.
What are you?
I'm not written much about by religious men, I can tell you that. It's the poets, actually. Your goddamn poets. Your pining troubadours. I come for everyone eventually. I've been with you your entire life. Your mother tried to hide it, but she missed her sister. No matter the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. You always felt that. It shaped you. I shaped you. You radiate me. I am vast. I am always and everywhere. Inside you and around you. I think you're beginning to get the picture. I'm here with you because you love. Because you loved Donna. I know you did.
She wasn't supposed to die tonight. It was too soon and I wasn't there. You took her away from me.
No, Stevie, that was like 95% cancer, 5% poison. She lost the genetic lottery long before she drank bad tea. But Donna knew her time was drawing to a close. She made the most of it. Tonight, she fell asleep happy, thinking of you.
You're not really a demon. You're something else entirely.
You can't see 'em, but I got fangs and claws all the same.
So, what now? I'm yours?
You were always mine. Some people find a way to escape. They move forward, and they don't turn back and languish. Maybe you will too, one day. But until then, you're stuck with me. Maybe forever. Because, let's be real, I know you too well. I know your brain. It runs in the family. Oh, and I can't thank you enough for bringing Dottie's tapes back to me. These will be so much fun to listen to. All these memories, all these voices. There's something about capturing someone on tape. Photographs are simplistic. You can get real anguish on tape. You can really get someone's essence, you know?
What is that?
I'm surprised you don't know. It's a suitcase recorder. It belonged to your aunt, actually. Isn't it precious? Go ahead. Speak up, darling. It's rolling. I want to capture as much of you as I can.